Here we are going to discuss about next generation database Cassandra. Cassandra is an open source distributed and decentralized storage system for managing very large amounts of structured data spread out across the world. It provides highly available service with no single point of failure. It is scalable, fault tolerant and consistent, and it is also a column oriented database. Its distribution design is based on Amazon's Dynamo and its data model on Google's Bigtable. In Cassandra, there is no specialized master node. Every node is equal and every node is capable of performing any of the activities required for the cluster operation. It have short-term specialized responsibilities. For instance, when a client performs an operation, a node will be allocated as a coordinator for that operation. When a new member is added to that cluster, a node will be nominated as the seed node, from which the new node will seek the information. One of the advantages of a master node is that it can maintain a canonical version of clustered configuration and in state. In absence of such a master node, Cassandra requires that all members of the cluster be kept up to date with the current state of cluster configuration and status. This is achieved by use of gossip protocol. Every second, each member of the cluster will transmit information about its state and the state of other nodes it is aware of to up to the 3 nodes in the cluster. In this way, the cluster status is constantly being updated across all the members of the cluster. Cluster configuration is persisted in the system key space, which is available to all members of the cluster. A key space is roughly analogous to a schema in a relational database. The system key space contains the tables that records metadata about the cluster configuration. This architecture eliminates any single point of failure within the cluster. One of the main topics of gossip within a Cassandra cluster is node availability. The traditional mechanism for detecting the node failure is to send heartbeats between nodes. However, in a widely distributed system, the heartbeats may be lost because of network issues rather than actual node failure. For this reason, Cassandra failure detection is more probabilistic. If you like, nodes in the cluster become increasingly worried about other nodes. If it seems likely that a node is down, then the operations will be directed to the known good nodes. Cassandra and other Dynamo-based databases distribute data throughout the cluster by using consistent hashing. The row key is hashed. Each node is allocated a range of hash values, and the node that has a specific range of a hashed key value take the responsibility for the initial placement of data. Usually, visualize the cluster as a ring. The circumference of the ring represents the possible hash values. The location of the node on the ring represents its area of responsibility. The value of a row key is hashed, which determines its position on the ring. The nodes in the cluster take the responsibility for ranges of values within the ring and therefore take ownership of specific row keys. And this is the figure indicating consistent hashing. If we double the number of nodes in the cluster, then we can assign new nodes to the point on the ring. Between existing nodes and the cluster will remain balanced. However, doubling the cluster is usually impractical. It's more economical to grow the cluster incrementally. Early versions of Cassandra has two options when adding a new node. One is either map all the hash ranges or we would map the new node within an existing range. The first option we obtained a balanced cluster but only after an expensive rebalancing processes. Second option, the cluster become unbalanced since each node is responsible for the region of the ring between itself and its predecessors. Adding a new node without changing the ranges of other nodes essentially explicits or splits a region in half. This is the figure showing in you adding a node to cluster can unbalance the distribution of hash key ranges. When using virtual nodes, the hash ranges are calculated for relatively larger number of virtual nodes. 256 virtual nodes per physical node typically, and these virtual nodes are assigned to physical nodes. Now, when a new node is added, specific virtual nodes can be reallocated to the new node, resulting in a balanced configuration with a minimum overhead. This figure illustrates the relationship between the virtual node and the physical node. Virtual node have some other advantages. For instance, it is easier to balance a cluster made up of heterogeneous system since you can allocate more virtual nodes to more powerful new machines and fewer virtual nodes to the underpowered older machines. Also, if a node dies, it can be reconstituted. The Cassandra partitioner determines how keys are distributed across nodes. The default partition uses consistent hashing. Cassandra also supports order-preserving partitioners then that distribute data across the nodes of the cluster as ranges of actual row keys. Replicas. The consistent hashing algorithm also determines where replicas of data items are stored. The node responsible for the hash range that equates to a specific row key value is called coordinator node. The coordinator node is responsible for ensuring that the required number of replica copies of the data are also written. The number of nodes to which data must be written is known as the replication factor and is the n in the NWR. By default, the coordinator will write copies of the data to the next n-1 nodes on the ring. So if the replication factor is 3, the coordinator will send replicas of the data item to the next 2 nodes on the ring. In this scenario, each node will be replicating data from the previous 2 nodes on the ring and replicate it to the next 2 nodes on the ring. This symbol scheme is referred to as symbol replication strategy. The network topology aware replication strategy ensures that the copies will be written to nodes on other server racks within the same data center or optionally to node in other data center altogether. This illustrates the replication strategies in Cassandra. Snitches. Cassandra uses snitches to help optimize read and write operations. A variety of snitches may be configured. The symbol snitch returns only a list of nodes on the ring. This is sufficient for simple replication strategy. The rack inferring snitch uses the IP address of the host to infer the rack and data center location. This snitch supports the network aware replication strategy. The next type of snitch is property file snitch. It uses the data in the configuration file rather than IP addresses to determine the data center and rack topology.